Welcome, happy Wednesday. Hope you guys have been having an awesome week. I uploaded a video talking about the Chelsea Barcelona Champions League game. I uploaded that like 4 or 5 days ago, and I saw it. I kept going to it. And I was like, why can't I? And I'm like, okay, maybe I didn't get any views. I was like, but it's rare. At least sometimes I get at least 1, 2, 3, a couple. And I'm like, what's going on? And I go check it out, and it says it's private, and it had been private. And then last night, 2 nights ago, I took it off private, made it public. For some reason, it was private. I could have sworn I never make my videos private, but anyway. And then yesterday, or 2 days ago, became public, and now I don't want to make it seem like I uploaded a video 6 or whatever many days after the fact that they played. So that's a side note regarding that. I apologize for that. If anything, it was my mistake. Now, there's been so many games going on. You have Champions League, and then a lot of these leagues are playing during the week now, and then obviously on the weekend. So it's really, really hard to make a video during the week, but here I am on a Wednesday trying to squeeze in a video. I have quite a bit of games that I didn't cover. I'll just recap them pretty quickly. Real Madrid last weekend at home beat Leganés, I think, 4-0. And then Barcelona facing Girona, and they started off, I think it was like in the second minute that Girona broke the tie, right? And then 2 minutes later, Barcelona just tied it back up and then didn't look back, and I think they won 6-1 or something. So Barcelona is still on an unbeaten streak, at least in league play. I don't know if they lost in Champions. Well, actually, they lost in Copa del Rey with Espanyol, but I believe in the league, I don't think they've lost. I know they've tied a few times, but no losses there. Barcelona still keeping pace in La Liga. And then, on top of the Champions League, which is so hard to do, right? And then they still have the Copa del Rey final here in March coming up. I believe it's in March, unless it's April. I'd have to double check. But yeah, then Champions League, and now to present day, or yesterday, Real Madrid taking on Espanyol. And at this point, you can't lose any points. You can't. Real Madrid is sitting in third, but if you have any chance of even getting to second, right? Because second is still a long shot. I think Atletico is actually playing right now. You can't drop any more points, and they did just that against Espanyol yesterday, losing in what was a ridiculously boring game. I don't know off the gate, I have no idea what Zidane was doing, putting Gareth Bale up top at a 9 by himself with what do you play? Was it a 4-4 or 4-5? I don't know, but it was something unusual, and then I guess he tried to readjust later on. But for some reason, Zidane's substitutions, and this is one of the things that I have always been pretty critical of from the get. His substitutions come in the last. He'll put one on at the 70th, and then there's been instances where the famous one, or at least the most recent one, that caused a little bit of stir was he put in Dani Ceballos in the 89th, 90th, and Dani got about a sprint maybe, and then that was the game. So for some reason he likes to go. I mean, and it's going to be really hard for these players to change or change the game or give you some sort of production with 10 minutes or less. But anyway, he did it again. Dani Ceballos gets another 10 minutes. brings on Benzema. I thought he was going to put Bale on the wing and have him play the rest of the... I think Benzema came on the 70th. But he ended up taking Bale out for Dani Ceballos, I believe. Yeah, but I mean, it's just games you can't afford to lose, you know. So Real Madrid is definitely, you don't want to say mathematically out of it, because if Barcelona loses it, but it's just another step back, and it's just that much closer to closing the chapter on the season, right? Closing the book on La Liga season. Now, huge news that pertains to Champions League and Real Madrid, and in this case, Neymar sprained ankle. I think he's out 6 to 8 weeks. I think I just read that he is going to have surgery in Brazil sometime this week. So it's all pointing that he is not playing in next week in Paris. Does this impact? You know, I was talking to a couple friends of mine who were pretty into soccer, but if anything, it doesn't make them better because you're losing your best player, right? Your playmaker. But there's also that relief of not having to get him the ball as much, where the team kind of becomes a little bit more synchronized and plays off of each other a little bit better. So does PSG have the players to stun Real Madrid? Absolutely. You have a Di Maria on the bench. You have a Draxler. You have I think you have Pastore is still there. So I personally believe this is going to be a really, really interesting take on next week's match. And I do believe that PSG can, right? They can do it. Will they? Obviously, the odds are against them already being down 3-1. You're practically going to have to shut out Real Madrid, which I don't see happening. Now, some people will say, well, they didn't score against Espanyol. That was without Marcelo, who's an offensive threat more so than a great defender. Luka Modric out. Toni Kroos out, Cristiano not playing, Benzema not starting. All these factors. So, do I think Champions League Real Madrid is going to get shut out? No. Do I think PSG, would it surprise me if they play well without Neymar? No, not at all. You have world-class players on that bench. So, like I said, I think that pressure of just kind of going through one guy and having him create it, having him get the ball majority of the time, I think it's going to alleviate PSG, and I think it makes for a much more interesting match than what people think, right? Because a lot of people are like, well, Neymar is out, so put the nail in the coffin, let's go, just put Real in quarterfinals, right? But these are world-class athletes, and I think it's going to be a great game. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm actually going to go downstairs and see if I can watch a little bit of that Atletico match. Who, by the way, just kind of steamrolled through Sevilla when it was supposed to be a huge match, and Atleti is right on the heels of actually they're playing half an hour. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys have a great week, even though it's a little gray here. Hope you guys have a great day. And yeah, hope you guys have been doing well. Take care. Much love, guys.